Well,
Yeah,
congratulations on the new single, Get Out of My Dreams, Get Into My Truck.
thank you.
Having caught your live performance last year at Boots and Hearts, it's not uncommon for you to break out into a cover song here and there. But why did you
True.
decide to go with this one?
Well, that is the question of the hour, and I think it has a lot to do with loving it early in life. I grew up in a conservative home. We had gospel music, and a few exceptions. We had a Johnny Cash record and a Pat Boone record, and a cassette that had been smuggled into the house by my sister's boyfriend that had the hits of the day on it. One of those was "Get Out of My Dreams, Get Into My Car," and I just remember loving it. I've always loved great pop songs, and I've always loved Mutt Lange, who I didn't realize was a co-writer on that song and the producer until actually recently, until we decided, hey, maybe we can change the words to this and get permission from the writers who wrote this besides Billy. And it took a long time. He's famously reclusive, but they sent some Sherpas into several different countries. Massive effort to find him that Sony, our record label, funded. I might be elaborating a little bit on the details, but the point is, 6 months later, we got permission from both Mutt and Billy, and here we are, and we can't believe it.
And that actually leads me to my next question. It was going to be, like, you did slightly alter the lyrics. Cinderella's wearing a boot, not a
Indeed.
shoe, and all that. So you do have to get permission. And then how do you find out that, okay, Billy's okay with it? Do you get a phone call, a letter, what?
Yeah, it was a pigeon actually that was sent from Trinidad and the big. It was it's a lot of emails back and forth, and the label Sony did have to get involved. It's happening more often, but but the difference between covering a song and changing a few words in that song is everything. So you really do need permission, and yeah, we weren't sure we were going to get it for a very long time, but when we did it, it felt like a gift placed into our laps, and it's been very cool to realize that there's two groups of people: those that know this song, and most that know it, loved it, and love it. And then there's those that just have no clue. The younger generations just think we made a great, well-written pop song with some 80s sensibilities, and we're cool with that too.
So all three of you, do you actually own a truck, each of you, and what kind of truck do you drive?
Great question. And yes, let's start with these guys.
I get it's more of an SUV. I have a Yukon XL 2018 GMC. Yeah.
I've got a F350 2000.
I have an F350 20. I don't even know what it is.
2006.
We like big trucks.
It sounds like about a six. I think it's about six. Yeah, I have one of those trucks. Like mothers sort of like pull their children closer when I drive by, a little bit.
I think it's good that you have trucks, because it would have been all credibility out the window if you said, actually, I got a small hatchback.
Like a small electric Volkswagen, maybe an ID4.
Yeah, exactly.
What a poser, am I right? He also owns an electric car.
So let me throw a couple of trivia questions at you since you covered the song.
Oh, no.
What was the name of the 1988 movie that featured Billy Ocean's version?
Oh,
Go on Wikipedia real quick, boys.
we literally just looked this
I
up.
know we did.
It's
called
it had the cartoon.
Hot Summer Times.
License to Drive.
Ah,
License to Drive.
0 for 1.
It makes sense. I see the connection already.
Have you
in your research for this interview, did you watch the movie?
Not in research, just in leisure, actually.
Did you remember seeing it?
So you might not get the next one then either. License to Drive featured the two Coreys. Who were the two Coreys?
Did it really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with Feldman and the other guy, whose name is Corey Bruce Brown. Haim.
Haim. Corey Haim. That's right.
Yes, thank you. That was a really generous hint, but thank you. I didn't know this. This is awesome. We're now connected to the Coreys.
True or false, there is a 9-minute version of Get Out of My Dreams, Get Into My Car.
True.
Yes, there is.
Really?
The radio version is almost 6 minutes,
9
which
minutes.
is that was one of the challenges trying to redo this song 38 years later, is that radio singles back in the day were as long as they needed to be. 5.5 minutes, no big deal. Now we get dropped by the label if we even suggest
Yes.
doing a song longer than 3.5 minutes. And
Yeah.
this one just made it, but we had to really rearrange it. Like we had to cut it up. And it was masterfully done by the master himself, Mutt Lange. So we had fun with that, but felt sacrilegious, sort of.
Stairway to Heaven would never work in today's age.
No.
We can bluegrassify Stairway. That's a great challenge. We'll do it.
So speaking of that, you call your music Canoe Grass, right? It's the Canoe Grass tour.
Yeah.
What's the craziest thing that's ever happened during one of your shows, either on this tour or previous tour?
During one of the shows.
We had a fire alarm go off the other day,
Yeah.
and it went off for a good amount of time, to the point where we were able to like lock in with the beat and the key, play a whole other song. It was such a good moment, and it was so loud. I wouldn't want to do it again, but it was a good time for those folks.
Awesome. Well, people who are at Cochrane Bear Fest are going to have the chance to see you July 6th. You're going to be at that, which is within driving distance of our radio station. So,
Beauty.
Actually, yes, awesome. We were thinking it was actually for bears, not people, but that works out better.
Yes.
We heard there's a bear sanctuary, like a polar bear sanctuary nearby. Are you aware of this?
No, I'm not aware. Not to say there isn't, but there might be. I would.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got really excited about it. So
Okay.
you're no help to us though in this particular
Come on, Kevin.
Okay.
situation.
I'll Google it when we're done.
True or false?
You have Google?
Yes.
Perfect.
What else is coming up? So you got the tour right now, no North Bay dates, but I digress. What else is happening?
Man, we're gonna keep announcing dates on this tour. So North Bay might make the cut.
It really might.
It might. But yeah, lots of summer festivals all over the country this year. Lots of hanging with the families and kids at the lake or in the pool this summer. We're trying to focus on that a lot before we take off this fall.
Yeah. What about a new album?
Yes, this is the second song on the new album. We released a song called Beach Please in February, which is a Canadian winter protest song, and there's many others that we've already selected to be on the next album. We're about 3 songs shy of a full meal deal, and we're writing all the time to try to fill those slots. But the bar has been raised. We have to come up with a sophomore album that has like no pressure. We won album of the year on our first try. So now I don't know if there's something bigger than that, but we're going for it. What's the Canadian EGOT? We'll figure it out.
Right. Well, I mentioned the North Bay thing. We would love to see you in North Bay, because I know after catching your live show, I came back from that and I said, you know what? They're great when you hear their songs, but when you see their live show, it's a whole other experience. It's just a lot of fun. And I think, I said, anytime you have the chance to go see Tim and the Glory Boys, make sure you go and see them. So,
Kevin.
It means a lot.
Oh, Kevin. Thank you, man.
So hopefully we can see you soon.
Yes.
And I still think you did float, you did skate. I still think you need to do rape just to get the fall season.
Yeah, great. That's right.
Cover all the seasons. I guess what's in spring though?
Plant.
Construction.
So
Construction.
Yeah.
puddle. Swerve.
Exactly. All right. Well,
out.
thanks, guys. Congratulations on the new single. It's a fun summer song, and we're happy to play it here on Country 90.5.
You're so welcome. Thanks for the song ideas and the time and interview, and we appreciate you, man.